Guys, we'll do a Sunday embargo for 10:30 this evening. Questions through the microphone, please. And if you could give your name and organisation before your question, that'd be great.
Good to go. Yeah. Hello, Pep. Fraser from Sky Sports. First of all, can you update us on the injury situation, please?
Almost everybody fit. Some problems, some players, but we'll decide tomorrow.
So, Jesus, Fernandinho, company, all okay?
They're training, yeah. Not 100%, but they're training, yeah.
Yeah. What sort of a response have you seen from the players over the last couple of days after a third defeat in 4 Premier League games?
Always are good. The response is always good. They're training good, but yesterday was day off. And today they're training good as always.
What have you been doing to try and sort of recapture the belief in the players?
We have the belief. We have the belief. One situation is a win or lose, but the belief is more what we are, no matter if we win or we lose. So, of course, we know we have to come back to win games if we are still there to fight for the trophies, but the belief is always there.
And you believe that it will come back to the same degree it has been for the rest of the season soon?
To come back to win again?
The same belief, the same ability to win games that you've had so far?
Well, I should not believe with my players or these players what we have done in the last 16 months or 15 months. They are absolutely heroes for me. Always I am close to them, and I will be for the rest of my period, our period together. So nothing is going to change, even we lose more games. So when that happens, try to discover and analyze why, to explain to them, to see what we have done good and not bad, and move forward.
The injury to Fernandinho has clearly had an effect on the rest of the team. You said a while ago that you wouldn't be thinking about any more players coming in January. Is that still the case with Fernandinho's problems, and do you think there's any need now to?
I think my answer was clear 2 times about that issue.
Still the same?
Of course.
Obviously, this game against Southampton is very important to try and get results right again, to try and get another win. But is it difficult to keep the players focused on this game when there's the Liverpool game coming up very shortly afterwards?
Very easy. It's more easy after 2 defeats to think about Southampton than if you win 2 wins a game thinking about Southampton when you have Liverpool. It's easier.
And just finally from me, we see reports that Raheem Diaz is on the verge of maybe moving to Real Madrid. What are your thoughts on that situation?
I don't have any new info about that. I know they are in conversation, but I don't know for part of the club. I don't have any new info about what is the real situation or the situation right now. Today we train with us.
But are you personally disappointed to see that situation?
I spoke with that in the past. What is my opinion?
Okay, thank you.
Don McGuinness, Talk Sport. Just staying with that, with Diaz, would it be a problem, though, if young players like him were to leave Manchester City, maybe feeling that they're not going to get a chance here?
I said before, it was clear, and last week or 10 days ago when I spoke about that. So we make absolutely everything to keep them because we trust with them, but they decide.
And just on the form issue, again, December seems to be a funny month for you. 6 of your 11 league defeats have come in the month of December. Is it just the time of year, maybe, with so many games, or can you work out why it seems to be a bad month for you?
Here in England? I don't know. I didn't count how many games last season. I think we draw once. So we won all the games that we drew in Crystal Palace. The after we won, so I don't know. The first year we are new, and after that happened, so we lost. We lost in Stamford Bridge in these last 2, and just to try to see what we have done in these 3 games, and most of the times we were quite good.
And again, it's an easy question, but probably very hard to answer. But when things aren't going your way, in this little blip that you've had, it's only 3 games out of the last 4. But what do you try and do as a manager? How do you try and deal with this situation? You've spoken well about the players, but what do you do?
It's a big chance for me to show myself if I'm good or not. So I would not say I like to leave this situation, but I know it's common in football in all your career, and I like to handle it. I will see. I prove myself. If I'm good to help them, to help each other, to see and come back who we are. So if done, move forward. So I don't have the secrets to know what's going to happen in the future. So when we lost against the game, the first one against Crystal Palace, because Sergio Aguero was not there, and after second game was there. So I tried to, to make a map, a situation more general, and try to discover. But it's a challenge for me. So I need it. So all the managers live this kind of situation. I'm not an exception. I live in the past, and I will live more in the future.
Jonathan Smith from ESPN. Tomorrow's game, is the most important thing getting the 3 points? Or do you need to see a good performance as well from your players and get some confidence back ahead of Liverpool?
Always, I believe to win, you have to play good. And I will continue with that way. Of course, I cannot deny when the game will speak for itself and we are not in a good form or no good game and win, it's going to help us a lot, of course. We need help, to win more, but the prepare of the game, pressure of the game is what you have to do to win. So our fortune, our comeback will not come alone, will not come from above, will come if you do something, and that is what you have to try to do.
And you've also spoken in the past about keeping cool heads. Do you think there's been a couple of examples recently where perhaps some of your players haven't kept those cool heads in the recent defeats?
No, I think you cannot blame to the keeper. You asking me, we are a perfect team. You are the guys who said we are unbeatables. You are the guys who did we're going to make all the games without running, and we never thought about that. We spoke last year that every time you have to win is easy. So it's you who say that every is easy. So you never, in 3 years, if you are in my press conference and never hear me about me, said that it's simple. It's because we are better than the other ones. It's because there are a lot of job, a lot of work from behind. And we have done it, we'll continue to do it. I don't know will be enough, will enough is not enough. So I accept the situations. I'm a normal part of the process, a normal part of the situations. So, but I know my players perfectly. And if you believe I'm going to doubt 1 second about them, you are completely wrong. So for me, it's incredible what they do, what they have done, and what they are doing every single game. And what is going to happen, I know what they have to do. Always I'm a guy who, first of all, I put in front of the mirror myself. I never put the finger point another one, never. So I sit in front of my mirror and said, what can I do to help them? Because they need it, and I'm able, and I'm willing to do that.
Stuart Brennan, Manchester Evening News. People are putting it down